Welcome to the Canadian side of Niagara Falls, and as you can see, the streets are bustling with tourists. Today we're going to take the famous boat ride to the falls. You can do this from the US side of Niagara Falls as well. There it's called the Maid of the Mist. On this side, the Canadian side, it's called the Hornblower. It's located at 5920 Niagara Parkway, pretty easy to find. We walked over there after having lunch in the Clifton Hill area, but you can take a WeGo bus or drive and park your car. Parking fees can add up and spaces fill up quickly during tourist season, so walking or WeGoing is the way to go. We bought our tickets right there at the ticket booth, but you can buy online as well if you want to make sure you have a spot, especially during the busy tourist season. The location is right next to the zip line, an expensive treat if you dare. We didn't see anyone on the zip line as we bought our tickets. Once we had our tickets, we made our way down to the boat area. It was quite a long walkway, twisting around corner after corner, winding our way down. This is probably designed to hold large crowds of people waiting in line, but there was no line. And finally, we got to the elevator area, and down we go. Now we're walking down another long pathway to the boarding area, I hope. Wow, what a beautiful sight. You can see the falls there in the background, so close. Now it's starting to feel a bit more crowded and very touristy, very different than the US side of the falls. And what's this? Photos in front of a green screen. If you want, bear in mind, there'll be an extra charge for the photos, of course. They don't seem to let you get by without posing, so we posed and then onward. Now we're outside again and still not at the boat launch area. So we keep walking along with the other tourists. And finally, someone to scan our tickets. So does that mean we're almost there? Yes, someone gave us ponchos, so we must be close. Still more walking, and hopefully we'll get there soon. I think the walking bit may be longer than the boat ride itself, but this is very exciting. The weather is nice, and everyone seems to be having a fun time anticipating the boat ride. Now we're finally at the boat launch area, waiting for the boat that's pulling in to unload its passengers and then we'll board. And now it's our turn. How exciting. There are two lines, both getting onto the same ship. The ship has a maximum capacity of 700 passengers. That's a lot of people, and I don't think that's as many people as we have here. But it's a pretty big ship with two decks, and we were directed where to go, but I saw everyone heading upstairs, and the deck there looked pretty full, so we decided to stay downstairs and stake our spot right next to the railing on the lower level, rather than go up a deck and not have a good spot near the railing. And a good spot it was. From here you can see across to the American side, and you can see where the Maid of the Mist is boarding, and also another Hornblower in the distance. And that bridge there, that's the Rainbow Bridge, where you can walk across from the US side to the Canadian side or the other way around. It's a really nice walk, better than sitting in a car. And off we go. In the distance, you can see people at the Cave of the Winds. We did that yesterday, and I have a video on that. That's a must-do experience where you get up close to the falls and you get really wet. Make sure to put the Cave of the Winds on your must-do list and watch my video if you want to get an idea of what to expect. Those are the Bridal Veil Falls, and we are now on our way to get up and close to the Horseshoe Falls. As we get closer to the Horseshoe Falls, I want to point out, you see where my arrow is? That's the US side, and if you go to the Niagara State Park, you can actually watch the water cascading down from up there. Really awesome. If you look closely, you can see people up there, and it's an incredible view. I highly recommend visiting both sides on your visit. You won't regret it. And now we are right at the foot of the falls, and you can see the mist is thick and the water is foamy and the ponchos are flapping away. It's quite windy here. There is an area inside to sit if you want, but the real experience is definitely out here, either on the top deck or where we are on the lower deck. It's up close and personal right next to the falls. And now we are circling back to the boat launch area, so it's a loop, and what a scenic loop it is. You really get a whole different perspective of the falls from here. The loop circles back just before the Rainbow Bridge. That was exhilarating, and there's still so much more to do here on the Canadian side. We'll be visiting Journey Behind the Falls, the Whirlpool Aerocar, and the Whitewater Walk, and much more. And yes, we'll be walking over the Rainbow Bridge, of course. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Hornblower. Please subscribe for more videos of our trip to Niagara Falls and beyond. Thanks for watching. Bye.